gonna start this off by saying, I don't really dive deep into the manosphere. I don't really, get into debates about what women do wrong, what men do wrong in relationships, in life, and shit like that. I used to. I'm not gonna lie. I used to. Like on TikTok, when I first started my TikTok account, that was one of the first things that I saw. Oh wow, people really pay attention to stuff like this, and I feel at the time I felt kind of passionate about it. I was like, okay, so I'll talk about it, and I did that, and got a little bit of attention. I got a lot of attention. People not wanting to take responsibility for the shit they do. Men, women especially, just would say the most outrageous things, and to try to combat that with logic, you were seen as or you were painted as a bad person or a quote unquote Kevin Samuelite, right? This is the funniest shit in the world. But let me preface this by saying I'm not, a red pill podcaster. All right, my podcast is about self-improvement. I may touch on, red pill ideologies, relationships. I may touch on those from time to time, but that's not the core of what my podcast is about. I want to, hopefully it's not true, but a lot of people are reporting that the Godfather himself, Kevin Samuels, has unfortunately passed away, right? And, I have a different approach when it comes to death and stuff like that. Number one, it's inevitable, right? We all gonna box with death at one point in time, and none of us are going to beat it, right? Like my grandmother, my dad's mother is still alive. I think she's 70, 74, 75. I can't remember exactly. She don't like to talk about her age like that. But my mother's mother, well, both of her parents have passed, and my mother's mother was 90 when she passed away in 2019. And you go to the funeral and everybody's like, "Oh Lord," everybody crying and stuff. And I kept my composure. Didn't really shed a tear. Well, I shed one tear, but that's just out of formality. And I say that because while everybody else is crying because it's a very emotional moment, I understood that this lady was 90 years old, and then on top of that, she lived her life to the fullest extent of what she deemed to be important to her. You see what I'm saying? Very, very church-going lady. Everybody in the community had nothing bad to say about her. And I know people say that all the time, but it was the truth. But not to get too far off topic. People saying stuff like, "Oh, TMZ ain't reporting it, so I'm not going to believe it until TMZ report it." I kind of want to feel the same way, but you had mediocre tutorial and reviews. He reported it. A bunch of other podcasters reported it. A bunch of other YouTubers reported it. You see, go on Google, type in Kevin Samuels. You see a lot of crazy shit like, has Kevin Samuels really passed away? Has he not? What's going on? But more specifically, you go on places like Twitter. Now, this is the main reason why I do not go on Twitter, right? Because my homeboy told me, right? My homeboy said, "Man, listen, Twitter is the wild, wild west of social media." And I was like, "Man, what the fuck? What are you talking about?" And basically, if you amass a decent following on Twitter, like 100 or 1,000 followers on Twitter is the equivalent of 10,000 followers on Instagram, because the people on Twitter who follow you, they really, really follow you, apparently, right? And so you go on Twitter and you see all of the crazy ass shit people saying about Kevin Samuels. Oh, he deserved this shit with his, gay ass and all of this shit. This one lady said, I hope he died with a wet asshole, or, something like that. It's real vulgar shit. And I come on here to say this. It's like, to see the response, to see the response or responses that people are given because Kevin Samuels may have passed away, it's truly concerning, right? In my humble opinion, because I've watched, unlike the majority of people who have this half-ass idea of him as a person, and this half-ass idea of the type of content he makes, unlike those people, if I see a Kevin Samuels video, especially back in 2021 when I was driving over the road, I mean, shit, what else am I going to do besides listen to YouTube videos while I'm driving? But unlike most people, I'd actually watch the entire 2, sometimes 3 hour long video, right? Excuse me. And then I'd form my opinion like, okay, I see what this guy is about, because, of course he got popular from that, your average at best video. He got uber popular from that. And everybody started to form their opinions. Oh, he's misogynistic. Oh, he hates black women. Oh, he's gay. Oh, he's this. See, the thing is, as a man in this country, whenever you try to hold women accountable, there's really only 3 things that they can say about you, right? They either call you gay, which it doesn't make sense to call a straight man gay, because a lot of women have gay friends. So when you call a man gay as a means of bringing him down, are you not in the same breath disrespecting your gay friend? Right? Is that not a quote unquote homophobic thing? Never made sense to me. They either call you broke, it's a lack of money you have and stuff like that. Or, the immediate jab at you is that, you have a small penis. All of the crazy ass shit. And you see that they say all of this crazy shit about him, and he took it in stride and used it. Like, this guy is very good at, let me just say this. Me and my dad are Miami Dolphins fans. So, like, we don't necessarily rock with Tom Brady. But my dad always said that Tom Brady is the greatest at taking advantage of every opportunity that has been presented to him. And Kevin Samuels did the same thing. Like, all from the time where he was on, he was streaming his video, and he clicked the person, I think he clicked this young lady, and her camera was set up on a man in her bed, and everybody ran with that. Oh, God, he got a man in his bed, girl. He got a fucking man in his bed. Oh, God, we got him, girl. And shit like that. And it's like, when you get to that level to where you are amassing, where you are just creating a massive amount of people who just want to see you fall, any and everything that they can use against you, they will. Even if they know it's fucking stupid, but they're going to use it against you, right? Because especially if you cover your tracks very well, there's really nothing they can do about it, right? There's really nothing they can do but just sit there and watch you ball out. And it's just really sad how people, I've had my problems with plenty of people. Excuse me. I've had my problems with plenty of people. I've had people conspire against me. I've had people, put plans in motion to get me locked up. Anybody that knows me knows what happened to me in 2016. And do I hate these people? No. Have I forgiven these people? Of course. Do I forget and allow these people back into my life? Absolutely not. But I say that to say this, even though those people have put me in a position, because I live my life to never go to jail. Every one of my siblings, aside from my sisters, every one of my brothers has been to jail. And I always told myself I would never go to jail, ever. That's just one thing I would never do, even as a child. I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm never going to jail. and I ended up going to jail. Changed me forever, right? For some shit I didn't even do. But this ain't about me. And I say that to say, if these people who I had a problem with back in the day were to just unfortunately pass away, I wouldn't be online like, yeah, fuck that nigga, fuck that bitch. I wouldn't be online saying no shit like that. Because just because you have a problem with somebody, just because you are upset with somebody, just because somebody makes you, feel a certain type of way, or by the things they say, or maybe the things they do that don't directly affect you. I am rhyming like a motherfucker right now. That shouldn't give you the green light to wish death upon this person or to celebrate their untimely death. You see what I'm saying? If you watch his content from beginning to end, you realize Kevin Samuels really only did two things, in my opinion. Number one, try to hold women accountable for some of the crazy things that they say, do, and the emotions that they feel, which directly affected not just them, but the people around them, especially their families, i.e. their kids and the men they may have had them with. And the second thing is holding men accountable. So I don't want to talk about that. See, one thing I noticed is that they never really wanted to talk about the episodes in which he would literally tell men, listen, you want women to submit to you, but you ain't on your shit. You want women to wait on you hand and feet, but you're not putting yourself in a position to be a quote unquote high value man. You're not creating a space for yourself, which would in turn create a space for the woman you're with. So you want her to go above and beyond for you, but you're not willing to go above and beyond for yourself. Nobody wants to talk about those episodes, right? No. It's all about the women episodes. He hates black women, which is the stupidest shit in the world. But I'm not here to get into that specifically. I'm just here to say, hopefully it's not true, but a lot of people have reported it, and it's looking like if it's not true, then at the very least he's probably in bad shape. But I think it is. I think it really is. But aside from all of that, understand this, fellas, like, understand this. Let this be a lesson. Let this be an example to you as a man, to know that no matter what you do, no matter what angle you take, no matter how righteous you may feel in your actions, if you dive into this arena, you are going to amass two things: a massive amount of supporters and a massive amount of haters who only seek for you to fall. And any angle that you give them, they will add fuel, steroid, gas, all that shit to it. Right? It's a lot of podcasters that are saying things like, I'm going to carry on the legacy. I'm going to double down on what I'm saying. I'm going to make sure that this message doesn't die and all of this, great shit and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool, because the one thing that I can't stand, I'm gonna end it with this, and I'm gonna just say it. The one thing that I can't stand is, as a black man in this, and I hate saying black, but for sake of a better word, as a black man in this country, the one thing I can't stand is the consistent back and forth between black women and black men, when in all actuality, we both play a role in this bullshit. It takes two to tango, right? It takes two to tango, and we both play a role in this. But you go on places like TikTok, and all you see the black creators do is talk shit about each other. That's all you see. And people just eating that shit up. That's all you see. Right? See the white creators stealing content, having fun. See the Hispanic creators having fun, Asian creators having fun, right? But and somebody could say, oh well, that's just what the algorithm dictates that you like. I have tried to desensitize my fucking algorithm on TikTok for months now, and I still excuse me, and I still see the same shit. But that's just one example, and that's just something I can't fucking stand. So, all in all, if it's true, rest in power to the Godfather Kevin Samuels. Let this be a lesson to everybody. Love him or hate him. Let this be a lesson to everybody that we all are dealing with a very finite amount of time on this rock or disc, depending on what you believe in. Understand that although some things seem as though they last forever, the majority of things do not. One day you grow old, one day you pass on. So make the most out of the life you have right now, right? I should have drank water before I did this. Make the most out of the life you have right now. Make sure that you are doing the things that you deem necessary, that make you happy, that bring you joy, that bring you excitement, that you know, do things that are daring, a little risky, because the last thing you want to do is grow old and really hate the fact that you didn't do what you wanted to do. That is the last thing you want to do. You don't want to die with regret, right? The regret you have, let that be the amount of regret you live with for the rest of your life. Don't add any more to it, because this man did not hit his stride on social media until about 3 years ago. 2019 was the first Kevin Samuels video I ever saw. So with that being said, man, here again, rest in power to the rest in power to the man Kevin Samuels. Everybody stay cool, stay groovy, and above all else, handle that.